Welcome to IELTS time. I'm your host Archer, and today we're diving straight into a part one topic, flowers. Coming up, you're going to hear our team member Joseph tackling some questions on this topic. Listen closely to his natural responses and pay attention to the great vocabulary he uses.
Do you like flowers?
Honestly, yeah, I do. I wouldn't say I'm like obsessed with them or anything, but I definitely appreciate them. There's just something about seeing a bunch of colorful flowers that brightens up a space, and they smell good, which is a bonus. I guess I'm more of an admire them from afar kind of guy than someone who'd spend hours in a garden, but they're cool.
Do you have a favorite flower?
Nah, I don't really have a single favorite. It changes, to be fair. Sometimes I'm really into sunflowers. They're just so big and cheerful. Other times I might see some really vibrant roses and think those are great. I guess if I had to pick one that always catches my eye, it'd probably be something like a daisy. Simple, classic, and they just look genuinely happy, if that makes sense.
On what occasions would you give someone flowers?
Mostly for special occasions or when I want to cheer someone up, like if it's my mum's birthday or Mother's Day. Flowers are a classic choice, and if a mate's feeling a bit down or going through a tough time, a small bouquet can actually make a big difference just to show you're thinking of them. I've also done it for anniversaries with a girlfriend. Obviously, it's just a nice, simple gesture to show you care.
Are flowers important in your culture?
Yeah, definitely. You see them everywhere, really. For one, at weddings, they're a massive part of the decor. Bouquets, buttonholes, all that. And sadly, at funerals too, as a way of showing respect and remembrance. Then there are also specific days like Valentine's Day where giving red roses is pretty much a given. So I'd say they play quite a significant role in marking important life events and showing emotions both happy and sad.
Do you like to have flowers in your home?
Not really, to be honest. My place is pretty minimalist, and I'm not really one for decorating with a lot of bits and bobs. I appreciate them in other people's homes, especially if they've got a really nice arrangement. But for me, they just feel like something I'd forget to water and then they die. And that would be a bit sad. I prefer plants that are a bit more low maintenance if I'm gonna have any greenery indoors.
And that was Joseph giving his take on flowers. As you just heard, Joseph always brings a really grounded, relatable perspective to everything. And I think his answers were a great example of being natural and conversational. So let's break down how he handled those questions, and then I'll offer up another angle, perhaps for those of you who have a slightly different relationship with all things floral. First up, Joseph was asked, "Do you like flowers?" Joseph's answer was spot on for being honest and balanced. He admitted he appreciates them but isn't obsessed, and that they just brighten up a space and smell good. This is excellent because it shows he can talk about a simple topic without overcomplicating it, using natural language like, "Honestly, yeah, I do," and "I guess I'm more of an admire them from afar kind of guy." It's authentic and easy to follow. Now, for a different perspective, let's consider how someone who absolutely adores flowers might answer that. Here's an example. "Oh, absolutely. I adore them. For me, flowers are just pure joy in a physical form. I love their vibrant colors, the incredible variety of shapes, and especially their fragrances. Some of them are just heavenly. They instantly lift my mood and bring such a beautiful sense of life and freshness into any room." Next, Joseph was asked, "Do you have a favorite flower?" Joseph's response here was perfect for showing flexibility and avoiding getting stuck. He said he doesn't really have one favourite, and that it changes, giving examples like sunflowers and roses, before settling on the daisy for its simplicity. This demonstrates good vocabulary range and the ability to elaborate without sounding rehearsed. Let's flip the script a bit. What if you do have a very specific favourite and can explain why? Here's how that might sound. Oh, without a doubt, my favourite has to be the peony. I just think they are the most exquisite flowers. Their huge ruffled blooms are so incredibly romantic and luxurious. They only have a short season, which makes them feel even more special when they're around. And they come in such gorgeous, soft shades of pink and white. I just can't get enough of them. Then the question came, on what occasions would you give someone flowers? Joseph gave a fantastic practical answer here. He listed special occasions, cheering someone up, Mum's birthday, Mother's Day, and anniversaries. He also touched on it being a nice, simple gesture. This covers a good range of scenarios and shows a mature understanding of social customs. His use of phrases like mostly for and it's just a nice, simple gesture keeps it sounding very natural. Now let's consider another angle, perhaps someone who finds flowers to be a very versatile gift. Here's an example. I think flowers are incredibly versatile, so I'd give them on so many different occasions. Obviously birthdays and anniversaries are classic, but I also love giving them as a thank you gift, or to congratulate someone on a new job or a graduation. Even just a spontaneous bouquet to a friend who's had a tough week can really brighten their day. They're such a thoughtful way to express pretty much any emotion. We then moved on to, are flowers important in your culture? Joseph provided a really insightful answer, touching on weddings, funerals, and Valentine's Day. He correctly identified their role in marking important life events and showing emotions, both happy and sad. This shows cultural awareness and the ability to discuss broader societal aspects, not just personal preference. Good use of massive part of the decor, and pretty much a given. Here's an alternative, perhaps from someone who sees flowers playing a more symbolic or everyday role. Yes, definitely. I'd say they're quite significant. Beyond the big events like weddings and funerals, you see flowers used a lot in everyday life too. Many people will have them in their homes just for decoration, or as a welcoming gesture in shops and restaurants. There are also specific flowers that hold symbolic meanings, like lilies for purity or poppies for remembrance, so they're intertwined with our history and traditions in a deeper way too. Finally, the question was, do you like to have flowers in your home? Joseph's honesty really shone here. He admitted not really, citing his minimalist style and fear of forgetting to water them. This is a perfect example of a grounded, realistic answer. You don't have to pretend to love everything. His use of bits and bobs and low-maintenance plants kept it very authentic to his personality. And to round us off, let's consider how someone who does love having them around might answer that question. Here's an example of an alternative answer. Oh, absolutely, I can't imagine my home without them. I try to have fresh flowers in a vase on my kitchen table, or in the living room whenever I can. They just bring such a lovely sense of life and colour to the space, and their scent can really transform the atmosphere. Even if it's just a small bunch from the supermarket, it makes my home feel so much more inviting and cheerful. Alright, that's the end of today's episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.